Okay, before I start showing the different pages here on the website, just know that there are some things that I still haven't finished. In the menu up here, you have home, teachers, donors, news, which I may end up taking out, but I can show you what that is. The support page I have not finished yet. There's some information there, but it isn't formatted to look like the rest of the website. So there are links and stuff, but I do plan on going back in there and fixing that. You'll notice that it is running a little bit slow. That has to do with the fact that I'm doing it through something called Flywheel, this program down here, which allows me to build the website without it actually being live. So on the home page, if you scroll down, I copied a lot of the information that was already on your page and put it into formatting columns. And then down below here, there's some extra information and then some links for social media. But there's also these two buttons, a lot like what you already have on the page. There's one that will take you to the teacher page and one that will take you to the donor page. So if somebody has been to the website before and they don't need to read any of this information, then they can go straight to the teacher page or the donor page. Now, before I show the teacher page, I will point out this is part of your WordPress back end up here. So a visitor to your page is not going to see this stuff up here. So this is so that you can edit on the front end instead of having to do editing in the back end. I am using a theme called Divi, which has these extra features to it. And each of these pieces that you see here is a module that is on the page, so you can edit them individually. So right now I'm entering the front end editing mode for the page. Once it loads, it may reboot and refresh itself. Not sure why it does that, but anyway, so if you now notice you have these pluses and all of these other little things here, those are the individual modules that you can fix. So for example, this is a section, the purple ones are sections. And then we have the gray ones, which are modules. And then we have intersections, which are this green teal color here. So in this module, for example, if I click on the gear, it will bring up the pieces that you can edit. So this is button 1 and this is button 2. You can change what they say. This is where you enter the content part. And then here you can change the colors or the font, all the design pieces. But I'm going to exit that. And on the teacher page, you're going to see that there's a button that takes them straight down to the application. This button will take them to the classrooms where the teachers are listed. Now up in this menu, of course, I have donors, news, and support. But classrooms, if you hover on that, it gives you all of the different states plus the all listings and international. So all listings would just be listing every single one of them. Here's information for the teachers on applying or putting in their name. So some information, these are toggle buttons, so you can open them up and read them so they don't take as much space. And then down here is the teacher application and instructions for applying. Now, if I'm at the top, and there is a apply here, and then also this button will take you back to the top. So if you go straight to the application, now this is what I've been fooling around a lot with the plugin. Right now I have it set up where they're going to have to do a little bit of formatting. This is the free version. Supposedly the paid version, which is not particularly cheap, allows you to do it all through a form like this. But let me show you how this one works. So obviously typing in first name and last name, and then clicking on here and picking the state. And then down here, they have to do a little bit of formatting. And that is right here. So for each one of these, there is a toggle that will tell them what they need to enter. For the school list and information, they can toggle this open, and they can follow along with this to see what they need to enter. So first, we're going to enter the grade level and the school and the address with the room number, telephone number, and then here's the part that they're going to have to format. The instructions are fairly simple. There may be a few people that do have trouble with it, but I'm going to show you how it works anyway. So they're going to type in their email, but they have to make this a hyperlink, and it doesn't automatically do that. So you have to highlight the email and then come up here to the link button, which is in the directions. So click the link button and it already puts in the link that you need to be there. So they don't even have to do anything for this one. They just hit this little button and it's already in. Now they have to put Amazon wish list and they have to hyperlink that. You're not going to want them to have the full URL there, so they need to hyperlink that by clicking this button, and it pulls up a same window like it did for the email, but they need to copy their Amazon wish list, paste it in there, and then they need to click that. And it's best if it opens in a new tab. I have to put the instructions in to do that. But after they've done that, they're basically done with entering in that information. Below that, there is a place, I'll go to tags in a minute, there's a place for them to put their email. This would be for the back end. So when it shows up on the back end, when you come up here and go to dashboard, you will be able to see their email in there and not just look at it on the front end. And then this is where they would put their link for where their website staff directory would be, where their name would be listed. This also won't show up on the front end. And then they have to read through this and agree to those terms that you set, and then click send application. Now, when I click this, it may not actually send it because I have already tried it a bunch of times, and I believe it's set up to only accept so many applications from the same location. Now, when this is actually live, it will read. I'm going to fix this page also, but it will redirect you to say whether it was successful or not. Okay. I'll show you on the back end. So you have all of these different things. Most of them aren't really important at this time, but for the posts, you can look at all posts, you can add a new post, you can set up the post categories, which is basically the states. And I forgot to show the tags. I'll have to go back and show you the tags. But anyway, Buddy Forms is the plugin that I am using right now. And if you go to submissions,